the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners. Together, reducing fraud worldwide.
Today's headlines have us really questioning what we do on the online world and in digital media and doing research in this world. We're hesitant to research and pull and report on data and facts that we find because we see investigators getting called out, getting questioned, getting prosecuted for grabbing information that may be considered unethical or illegal to obtain. Where are bank account records being obtained that are legally being obtained? I still see them being advertised by third-party sources as bank account information. I'm still not sure after 20 years where you could get legal bank account information, and I could be wrong in that, but I haven't found a legal place for it. On the other side of the coin, we have hackers who are now being used, or what they're being called in the newspapers as hackers, but computer-intuitive, computer-smart individuals who are using their skills to circumvent security measures of either social media or online websites to gather information. And when an investigator gets caught using either of those resources, it really puts them in a bad light. Now, they might have a defensible case, but they can't fight that larger government entity that's going to call them to carpet. So it just besmirches the entire industry. We need to really bolster up our ethical training, and these investigators need to be called to task and made responsible for continuing education in ethics. What's now available to us as investigators, as fraud examiners, is the entire social media platform. And it's been available for a long time, but many are hesitant to utilize social media investigations within the course of their due diligence because they're not sure where the clear boundaries are. So they decide to not use it at all instead of being caught out on the carpet or called out on the carpet for that error. So they're missing a great deal of very valuable lead information towards gathering the beginnings of intelligence. I'm not saying that this is your evidence, but I am saying that this is the start of it. Where they find that they'll cross the threshold is where they start creating pseudonyms to, false accounts to try gathering accounts, information from someone who's locked themselves out, where they'll start creating technical or social means of circumventing someone's profile to gain access, where they're basically just stepping all over something because they really don't, unfortunately, know what they're doing when they're conducting their investigation, so they're just stamping all over it. And there's been quite a few newspaper articles and releases lately where federal agents have been called to task and sued by the named social media outlets for creating false profiles and using that to create their ongoing investigations. And certainly that doesn't look good on any of us when that type of media hits. When an organization decides to put a social media presence out and available on the internet, very popular amongst every organization now, if done properly, it could be done very successfully. Again, it's the communications department that's going to come in and say, this is our message. And there's going to be given controls over who's going to be able to post and solicit to that message board, to that group. And there's going to be opportunity to vet the information that goes up there. So if I created the new ACFE Chapter Association site, and that would be my organization, and we have our communications person write the message, but someone wants to write hate messages, I have the permissible purpose to permit or not permit. The areas I worry about are the solicitation social media sites, such as Yelp and Twitter and Wikipedia, because anyone can edit, and there really is no editor feature to stop them from making edits or false statements before then. So to manage that style of communication, you want to have a full-time employee handling that communication. And to be responsive. Sometimes bad communication into the company is not necessarily bad overall. Any press is good press, they say, provided that you answer in a responsible fashion and you own whatever the situation is and you control it. Security and reputation are all about control. So long as you maintain control, you can have a very successful social media presence as well as a personal safety plan.